So today I'm going to show you how I got this quick, fast, affordable makeup look. And I only had to use 5 products. These products total up to under $40. So it is very affordable. Majority of these products you can find at Walmart, Target, Amazon, Ulta. Like, you can basically find it anywhere. So if you want to see exactly how I got this look, stay tuned. So to start off with my brows, so that I can get a more defined look like I want to, I'm going to actually start off with cleaning up my brows. And while I'm cleaning up my brows, I'm going to go ahead and actually bring that concealer. I'm using the concealer to clean up my brows, but I'm also going to bring that concealer down on my eyelid so that I can use that as a base for my eyes as well. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. And y'all, I know I have breakouts on my face. Please ignore them. It's that time of the month for me, so it's like my whole face wants to break out right now. So, and just FYI, I have already moisturized and primed my face. I will link what products I use below. Alright, so now that I have my eyes concealed the way that I want them to be, I'm going to go ahead and blend down my concealer. But before I blend it down, I'm actually going to apply my setting spray to help me blend it down. We're spraying the Milani setting spray. And it's the Make It Last setting spray. Now we're going to go ahead and blend down my concealer. And always remember, what you do to one side, you're going to always do to the other side. So now we're just blending down the other side. And you don't have to clean up your eyes first. I just think that this does help for some people that have a hard time arching their eyebrows. I feel like if you go ahead and you actually conceal underneath first, it kind of outlines your shape so that you could just go in and fill in your eye shape or your eyebrow shape after you apply the concealer. For my eyebrows, I'm going to go in with the True Complexion Contour Palette. And I don't want my eyes too dark, so I'm going to start off with the Scope color. And this is the dark to deep. So I'm going to try out with the Scope, which is more of a brownish look. And I'm going to see how I like that one. If I feel like I need to go deeper, I will. I think that's pretty decent. And you want to outline your eyebrow. I start at the bottom, and then I go to the top and connect it. And then after I do that, I go ahead and fill it in. I don't like my eyebrows to be too dark, so that's why I tend to go in with a lighter shade versus the deepest shade. But if you like yours deeper, you can go in with the deeper color. Again, we outline the bottom first, and then we connect it back onto the top and connecting it to the line at the bottom. And once you do that, you can go ahead and start filling in. After you fill in your brow, you always want to go ahead and blend it down so you can make sure you don't have any harsh lines. And you blend it till you're comfortable with it. And again, what you do to one side, you always do to the other side. So we're going to blend this side down as well. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation. I'm using the Milani Hydrating Skin Tint. You can use whatever foundation you want to use. Any type of skin tint, whether it's the e.l.f. foundation, powder, whatever you want to use is what you're going to apply. And I'm just going to pat mine all over the skin before I buff it into my skin. And I just applied that all over. And now to blend it in, I'm going to go ahead and buff it into my skin. And as I've stated previously, I love to buff it into my skin because it gives me the airbrush glow. Yeah, I don't know why every time I go to tell y'all airbrush, it's like I can't get the word out. It's like somehow I get tongue-tied. I have no idea why or how. But it gets me every time. And as far as the eyebrows go, since I had already concealed it before I actually shaped it out, I didn't have to go back in and clean it up later. That works for some people. I'm not going to say it works for everybody, but it does work for me. And I will go and do an eyebrow where I actually show you an eyebrow tutorial where I actually show you all the different types of steps you can do to carve out your brows and the different ways you can actually create your eyebrows for any type of look. Some ways work better for other people, so I'm just going to give you all the tips and tricks I know. And whatever works for you, works for you. Next up, I want to go ahead and conceal my face. So I'm using my e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. I'm using the color Caramel, but you use whatever goes best for you. And I'm going under my eyes, around my nose, the corner of my eyes, under my eye, around my nose, under my nose, and above my lip. Under my eye, down my nose, my forehead, and that's it. To apply my concealer, I did use a flat concealer brush. And to blend out my concealer, I'm using the Precise Concealer by the Eco Tools. And I'm spraying that with my Milani setting spray. And I'm going to go ahead and blend in. I'm starting with blending around my nose. And the outer corners of the concealer under my eye. We can go with the inner part. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Go to the forehead and blend that all the way out. Down my nose. And now we'll do under the eye. Always remember to be gentle around your eye. I don't know about you all, but my eye is sensitive, so I'm not trying to pet it all hard or anything like that. I'm trying to be as gentle as possible. And we want to go all under your eye. And this is similar to how it should look once you've blended it down. I do always like to take my foundation brush because I don't like any harsh lines, and I like to go over where I blended and just blend it down even more. And I also link the brushes that I'm using down below as well. That way if I forgot to tell you about a brush, you'll still have it. I told y'all I have mommy brain, so I will forget stuff, and it's not on purpose, y'all. Make sure you really blend down around your nose. On the complexion brush, I have the Duo brush, so it does have the airbrush concealer brush to it as well. So I like to use that just to blend it a little deeper. And that way I can also blend down my nose more, because the foundation brush is a little big to be using to actually blend it down. And so this is how it should look afterwards. You can see how I blended it more. It looks super natural now. Okay, so we're going back into the True Radiance Contour Kit. And we're going to contour our face out. I am using the deeper shade. And you want to make sure that after you apply it, that you blend it up into your hairline, like that. And that's how it should look. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Go ahead and put it in your hairline on top of your forehead. And we're going to go ahead and blend it up. And again, you're blending it up into your hairline. And again, I'm just taking my foundation brush and I'm going to blend that all the way down so it's no harsh lines anywhere. Next up, I'm taking my True Radiance contour palette again, and I'm actually going to apply the eyeshadow to my eyelid. But before I do that, I just want to go back in and make sure my concealer has increased. If so, you want to go ahead and blend that back down. You don't want any creases in your concealer because you don't want your eyeshadow to look patchy. Y'all, I hate when I get that little eye booger. I don't know why my eye want to water and give me that eye booger. Like I ain't got other things to do today. Alright, so after you blend that concealer down, I'm going to go ahead and pat the Sculpt eyeshadow color all over my eyelid. And I'm also going to bring it down the bridge of my nose. We're going to pat down the concealer on this eye. And then we're going to go ahead and pat the eyeshadow all over this eye as well. Bring it up to your crease. And then down the bridge of your nose. Next up, we're going to go ahead and blend the eyeshadow. Blend out the eyeshadow. And you just want to blend around the corners of the eyeshadow to blend it down. And you can see the difference between this eye being blended down and this eye not being blended down. And we're going to blend out the outer corners of this eye as well. Next up, we're going to spray our face down with setting spray again. Make sure when you're spraying your setting spray, it's always 6 inches away from your face. And now I'm going to apply my lashes. You can use mascara if you choose to, but for me, I'm going to go ahead and apply my lashes. So I'm going to apply the glue under my eyes for my lashes. And as always, I'm using the Eye Envy lashes. I'm going to use the Press and Go lashes, With the Press and Go lashes, you really don't have to use glue because you can press them and go on about your business. I choose to use the glue that comes in the cluster palette only because it allows my lashes to last longer. So that's why I do it. But it's not something you actually have to do. It's just my preference. Today I'm choosing to use the length 14. And because I applied that glue, all I have to do is push it on my lash. And that's it. Voila, it's there. And again, I'm just pressing it up there because the glue is on there, so it's just catching the glue. And the press-on set I'm using is the Glam Day Extreme. That's the one I'm using. Okay, so the only other thing I want to do is go ahead and apply my lip liner. And today I'm just going to go in with the Wet n Wild lip gloss, and it's going to be in the color Pisces. My daughter's a Pisces. And it's just a really glossy, shiny look. And that's our look for today. Quick, simple, and fast.